Welcome back to Chapter 5, the integumentary system. This is video number 11. So in this video, we are going to look at this sagittal section of a hair follicle. So this is the entire follicle here. So above this area, we would see the hair, which is this portion right here, start to separate away from here as it comes up out through the epidermis. So this whole thing here I'm going to label as the follicle. So it's basically the area of contact with the hair itself and the skin. So with this first layer that's shown right here is the dermis, and basically the hair pushes down through the epidermis into the dermis. So it's almost like if this was a layer of a balloon and you stuck your finger down through it, the epidermis, which would be this part right here, is going to be touching the hair itself, and the dermis is underneath that. So this is sometimes called an in-pocket of or an invagination of the dermis and epidermis. So the epidermis is actually part of this whole thing. So this section right here, which is our next one down, is called the external root sheath. And you can see that this continues the whole way down to the bulb down here of the hair follicle. So it ends about right here on either side. And this is an extension of the epidermis, and we have basal cells located here. The next couple right here, we're going to lump together and call the internal root sheath. And this surrounds the root of the hair and extends up to the shaft. So this is another layer of cells that is unique to the hair itself. So this isn't really considered part of the hair, but this helps support the hair. So then we have the actual hair layers itself that we talked about up here, but now we have a different view of them. So here is the cuticle. Here is the cortex. And here is the medulla. So these form the hair itself. And then you'll notice that the medulla kind of spreads out a little bit, and we have these structures down here. Right here is called the matrix. So this part right here, the matrix, and I'm going to draw my own arrow out here, is mitotically active. So this is where hair growth is going to happen. So the hair grows upward and outward. So we add to the cortex, and these cells push outward, and as they go outward and upward, the cells start to die. So this area down here is living tissue for the hair. So as long as you cut the hair or remove the hair above the matrix, the hair will continue to grow. But if you remove this part of the hair will die. So chemicals like Nair will actually penetrate down to the top layer of the hair follicle and basically dissolve the hair, but it does not affect the matrix. Ripping out a hair, you can damage this part and the hair might not grow back. Or if you insert a needle down here and electrically stimulate this hair, you can actually get it to not grow back too. So electrolysis works. This little part right here is called the hair papilla. So this supplies blood vessels and nerve endings to the hair. And these are the blood vessels here. So at the base of all of these, we have these little blood vessels that come up and bring nutrients up here that diffuse into the matrix and supply all the nutrients needed to make new cells that get pushed upwards. So this is the basic general structure of a hair. The last thing that we'll add about hair is right down here. And that is piloerection. Piloerection is just simply what we call goosebumps, but it's the medical term for it. Pilo or pili refers to hair. Erection means to stand up. So these are hairs standing up, because connected to each hair is a very small muscle called the erector pili muscle. And it is smooth muscle. And it's connected down in here. And if it contracts, it causes the hair to raise up. Now, for humans, this really isn't a big thing because we might not have a lot of hair. But in an animal, this allows the hair to stand erect and their coat gets thicker and it traps more air inside and helps them keep warmer. We have lost that ability to keep ourselves warmer with hair. So that is the end of the video for hair.